Hey, how are you guys? It is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to make a sticky situation in the MSP or IT industry. And I promise you, you're going to want to listen to the end of this because it's going to help you make a lot more money and increase the LTV or the lifetime value of that customer. So stay tuned. Before we get into this video, I do want to let you know about my free 1-hour training. The link is down below. It is 100% free. There are 5 tips on how to make significantly more money for your IT business, even if you only implement one of them. Check it out. It is completely free. So, what is a sticky business and why does having a sticky business matter? Well, in the IT space, a lot of people think like, oh, it's got to be sticky, or you might hear the term, we need to make a sticky customer. But what does that actually mean? Well, let's think about it, right? You don't want the ability for customers to just leave right away because then it would just make your services kind of invaluable and it would make it so easy to leave that why would anybody ever want to stick around to it if they find something better? And creating a sticky situation helps remove that shiny object syndrome. It helps the company that you're currently working with and makes them think like, oh, I probably shouldn't go chase shiny objects because somebody else is promising me the world. It's not going to help. So what you do is you create a sticky situation. Now, this is not something that they can't leave. That's not the case, but it makes it more challenging to leave because naturally, especially in the services world, you're going to have ebbs and flows or ups and downs. You're going to have your good times when the customer absolutely loves you, and you're going to have times when the customer doesn't like every single thing that you're doing. That could be you growing, that could be them growing and potentially outpacing you. There's so many different reasons. Heck, servers could go down around the world. Amazon went down a couple of years ago. It is not impossible. Or maybe you get hacked. It is a reality. It does happen. LastPass, a billion-dollar company, just got hacked not that long ago. So don't think it's never going to happen to you, but hiring an MSP or an IT company can help make that time that you're down much shorter. But what does it actually mean to create a sticky situation? Well, typically, companies like to make it harder for their companies that they work with to leave, MSP and IT companies specifically, because those ebbs and flows. But making it sticky has a lot to do with what you sell and how you sell it. At my old company I used to work with, we used to sell a lot of Cisco and Meraki. Now, there's 2 reasons why we did that. One, it was a premium product. We knew that nobody ever was going to come in and sell something better than what we were selling. And the second reason is because you'd have to pay licensing. And getting licensing through a non-authorized Cisco Meraki dealer was a pain in the butt. It wasn't impossible, but it was a pain in the butt. And you'd have to go specifically, or that company, our clients, if they wanted to leave us, if they didn't want to change over all of their technology, they would have to specifically go out and find companies certified in Cisco Meraki, and then they could sell them those licenses because Cisco Meraki didn't sell it directly at the time. By doing this, it made it harder for customers to leave. We were selling them some of the best products in the market, and a lot of times they actually needed the full capacity of what they were being sold, but every couple of years they'd have to go through and buy it. Another great example of this is everybody's favorite product of Office 365. If you go in there as a regular consumer and you try to figure it out, it's kind of a nightmare. While the basics are fairly simple, going through step by step is a pain in the butt to try to set it up for either a new user, or if you want to have any of the additional features that are enabled with your account that you may or may not decide to use, it's a nightmare. You do need to be proficient in the software in order to use it effectively. So selling Office 365 is an easy way to make a sticky situation. There are so many ways to make it sticky nowadays with software, hardware, licensing, warranties. The list goes on and on. But making sure that you have a sticky product helps make sure that those customers are more resistant to leaving, but also allows you to be the one person that they can go to for all of their questions, all of their answers, all of the help that they're going to need. And by doing this, you become the source, you become their internal, although outsourced, IT company. And that's ultimately where you want to get. Because if they have it in-house, which some of them may, that's totally fine. But you as the MSP or IT owner needs to be able to take control of that and start implementing effective security measures, backups, data recovery, whatever you feel necessary for your clients. And by you selling software that is harder for other people to get, now makes it sticky. And if you're a pro at it and you become a pro at several of these and they know that what their tech stack is, it is much harder for another IT company to come in and say, okay, great. What do you use for email? Office? I don't know if we use Google. Okay. What do you use for your phone systems? Oh, you use Ring Central? We don't use Ring Central. Or, oh, you use Intermedia? We're not Intermedia partners. Oh, you use Acronis for backup? We don't use Acronis for backup. We use Veeam or something else. All of these different areas can become a complete pain in the butt because now competitors can't just go in and swoop up low-hanging fruit. It makes it more sticky. And when they're going through and trying to propose pricing and be competitive, they don't even know what they're selling at that point. They may be able to go through and take an assessment, but if they really want the business, they're going to have to jump through hoops to be able to steal your customers. And that's what creating a sticky situation is. Now, I did have the cool idea of like putting honey in my hands. I'm not doing glue, but honey in my hands and like separating it so you can see it, but I wasn't going to make a mess of my desk here. But having a sticky situation and figuring out what softwares or what your tech stack is to make it harder for people to leave is worth its weight in gold. You need to figure out what it is that makes people resist leaving immediately. And like I said, the reason is only because they might be unhappy sometimes. They might feel like they're conquering the world. When things go south, they don't forget it for a while. And maybe it's just being sticky enough that it's harder for them to leave when they're angry until the next time they're celebrating the technology wins, the increased efficiency, the less downtime they have. It's just the natural ebbs and flows of having an MSP/IT company. It's getting through that and figuring out what you could sell that is going to make it. You want to make sure you sell them the right products, but whatever products you do sell, make sure it makes it a little bit harder for them to leave, and not in a malicious way. They can leave whenever they want, but it makes it just hard enough that they think about it 2, 3, or 4 times before they go sign up with somebody else. So that's what it is. That's what creating a sticky product is, and having a sticky customer is. It takes time. It is a MSP's best friend, and it also makes you unique. Don't think like I'm trying to tell you this to be malicious. You want to make it harder for them to leave because then we have the best tech stack. Our IT company hooked us up with this. They all work perfectly. There's always going to be hiccups. You go to the gym, you injure yourself, there's a hiccup. You get in your car, 99 out of 100 times it's going to work. Maybe that 1% of the time, low air pressure, maintenance, oil change, whatever it is, there's always going to be lows in every single thing. You just want to make sure that it's not low enough or it's not that much of a pain that they decide to leave on a whim. Trading in a car is super, super simple. You get in your car, brakes are grinding, you don't want to deal with it. It is so simple to go get another car by trading in. Yeah, there's a bit of paperwork for it, but it's way easier than potentially doing it yourself. You may be able to hire somebody, but you get the point, right? Create those sticky situations, figure out what tech stack works best for you, go deliver on it, and you're going to have happy customers that think you guys are the best, and they're not going to be chasing shiny object syndrome with other competitors. They'll be sticking with you longer, increasing the lifetime value of that customer, and hopefully when they're riding the highs, they're giving you more referrals so you can grow your business. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.